Hello and welcome to another stream. We are back for game number 17. It is the Kings taking on the Nets. It is the first game of a little 3-game road trip on the West Coast. We've got Golden State tomorrow. We have got the Phoenix Suns after that a couple days later. But we don't worry about those games just yet. We worry about the one right in front of us, and it is the Nets taking on the Kings. The Kings are at an 8-7 record, I believe. An 8-8 record. They lost their last fixture, I do believe. If we go back to the last bunch of fixtures we've played against Sacramento over the last 2 years, spanning the last 2 years, every single game we've played in Sacramento has been high scoring, and every game we've played at home has been, well, tough to score. Last year we notched 77 points against the Kings. They only scored 107. And the year before that, it was a 101-96 scoreline the way of the Kings. But then when we play in Sacramento, the Kings last won 131-118, and the year before that, 153-121. So every game we play this fixture in the last couple of years, it's been a shootout. Miracle Tree, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope you're doing well. So this poses as a very interesting fixture because, well, the Nets are missing quite a few today, as indicated by this starting five that we have got in front of you here. It is Cam Thomas, of course, getting the gig. Claxton back in the starting five, replacing Dorian Finney-Smith, who is out for the next 2 games. Ben Simmons will be the traditional sort of point guard because no Schroeder is available. Trendon Watford was also under an injury cloud going into the game. However, he will suit up and play with the bench unit. So no Finney-Smith, no Schroeder, and that is basically the situation, I believe. I don't think we're missing any others. Claxton in, and Zaire Williams also is into the team to replace Schroeder. So that's our 5, but their 5 is cracked. I mean, De'Aaron Fox has just come off a week where he scored 60 in one game and 50 in the next. So he's in scorching hot form, blistering form. DeRozan, Sabonis, of course, they have unique skill sets. It's probably the most unique 3-man punch in the whole league, to be honest, because DeRozan's more of a mid-range sort of player. Sabonis doesn't shoot threes. He's a very traditional big. And he racks up the rebounds like there's no tomorrow. He's more of a paint presence. And De'Aaron Fox is like, I don't know, he's a bit unorthodox with the way he goes about it. So then, of course, you're rounding out that 5 with a couple of shooters in Kevin Huerter and Keegan Murray. So those guys have been a bit on and off the form. So we're going to have our hands full. But defensively, this team should clamp. I mean, Cam Thomas is surrounded by length. Johnson, Williams, Claxton, Simmons, they're all big bodies or decent defenders. So I have a sneaky suspicion that today is not going to be like the last couple of meetings we've had against Sacramento away from home. I think this is going to be a much more defensively led game. Let's just say that. So I'm excited to see what this team does. It is a later start. We haven't had a game at 1 o'clock yet this season. Well, 1 o'clock here, where I am. But where you are, if you're in the US and going off the Eastern time, it is 9 p.m. or something like that. So a later start and obviously a later completion. But I thank you for tuning in. An interesting game because Jordi Fernandez is going up against Mike Brown. Mike Brown, of course, was a head coach, whilst Jordi Fernandez was the assistant there last season, and the season before that. And Jordi Fernandez was also an assistant under Mike Brown at an Olympic level at Nigeria, believe it or not. So there's quite a few ties between those two coaches. And I feel like Geordie may be able to pick Mike Brown apart a little bit, having seen the system. So they would need to throw a few new things into the mixer to sort of exploit the fact that Geordie already sort of knows the system that the Kings run. Demar DeRozan, of course, was not there last year. So that could be a little bit of an exploiting factor there for the Kings. I think the real key, though, from the other game that we just witnessed with the Nets playing the Sixers and getting dominated in that fourth quarter, main key for us, turnovers. Get rid of that shit. Cam Thomas had 7 the other day, and a lot of them were careless, and you can see actually on the screen the quote, a lot of the turnovers he said were unforced errors and mental mistakes on his part. So he took ownership, he took accountability, which is what you want to see from a young player. However, you want to see the bounce back. It's only half the story to acknowledge the problem. It's another half of the story to actually act on that and sort of counter your shortcomings with successes. So hopefully we see a game where Cam Thomas responds to that. I don't imagine the offense is going to be brilliant. Cam Johnson is giving him a bit of a hand here, a bit of a bailout, because CJ's had an excellent couple of games. I mean, he scored 34 in one and then scored 37, I believe, in the other. And last time out, he had 9 threes, which was just ballistic to watch. Like, he's just playing on another level at the moment. He's playing career best basketball. And I didn't think we were going to get that, but here we are. This time last year, he was playing god-awful basketball. He couldn't shoot the ball for his life. Dennis out tonight. Yep, DFS is out tonight also. Welcome, Solo Wing. How do you grade our squad thus far? I think we've played pretty good basketball for the majority of the 16 games. There's probably 3 or 4 stinkers that we've put out there, but I would take playing 12 good games of basketball to this point of the season any time, really. Because, going into the season, I don't really know if anyone knew what the expectations were for this team. So it's good to see that, we've been competing. I would give our season a B+. Like 6 wins is pretty good for this time of year with the squad we've got. I don't really know if that's preferable though, because obviously you want picks. So regardless, I there's some good players to root for. I feel like as the season wears on, you may experience the typical wear and tear that you get from the NBA season. Like it comes attached. As the season wears on, the body gets more tired and more fatigued with more road trips piling up as the season wears on. And injuries can seep in at stages. If you have an injury early in the season, that shit can linger for a long time because you don't get any respite, really. And if you try to play through it, well, then of course that's going to take a toll. So all I want to see this game is just a bounce back from a number of players. Ben Simmons had a shocker, so it would be preferable if he could actually score the ball at the rim. He only made the 2 points. Thomas, we need to see a response. Cam Johnson, we need to see some maintenance. And Claxton, Clax had a pretty good game. He had 12 and 8 in limited minutes. So, that was a pretty good showing, but he's going to need to rock up tonight if the Nets want any chance here. Stopping Sabonis is step 1. The Nets win the tip, and so they will get the first opportunity for some offense in this game. Thomas, pump fake, he took a hit, and Kevin Huerter is going to be pinged with the foul. So the Nets, I'm not sure if you remember, but the last time we played against Philly, only 2 free throws in the whole first half. It took like 20 minutes. And so to see us at the free throw line on the first possession is a great sign, and that would have been a point of emphasis for this Nets team. They only had 7 free throws in the whole game the other day. And that was a pretty big difference maker given Philly had 20 of those. So some points left on the table and a fair disparity, which would have led to that margin being quite wealthy at the game's end. It looks like it's Zaire picking up De'Aaron Fox in the backcourt. We've got Thomas guarding Murray, Johnson guarding Herder, and so Claxton on Sabonis and Simmons guarding DeRozan in the corner as it stands. Sabonis up top is going to hand off to DeRozan. Screen and kick out to Herder. Bounce pass, knock away by Simmons, and we get the steal. Zaire will hit it cross court to Thomas. Picks up his dribble. There was a blitz, so he didn't really have the room to shoot. Johnson on the outside is going to give it back to Thomas. Now guarded by Fox. He shoots the three. He's not shy, and he knocks down the tray in the face of the defender. The Nets of the first 5, and Cam Thomas has all the points. It's Fox. Inside, the 2 is off, and the foul is definitely not on Claxton. It would be beforehand, I'm pretty sure. So, it's been a bit of a guilty thing for the Nets where they start pretty slowly in the last couple of games, so they want to rectify that issue. Fox at the free throw line, getting the Kings' first points of the game here, much like the Nets did a couple of possessions ago. So De'Aaron Fox is averaging 39 a game and 8 assists in the last 5. That is just brutal numbers. That's best player in the world type numbers. 5-2. Kings are trailing early on. Simmons with an early steal. He will facilitate here and hand it to Thomas as he moves off the ball. Screen arrives by Johnson. Thomas will drive inside. Pass to Ben, who is not remotely interested in shooting the ball. Thomas gets it back. 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. He's got to put one up. And he definitely traveled. There's just no help there. Like, there's really no creation on the court. Cam Johnson barely had a touch in that possession. Ben's just the traffic cone on offense. The minute he, does the first pass of the possession, he just is completely removed from the play. So, it's going to lead to some frustrating sort of possessions today, I imagine. Herder on the outside, Sabonis up top. Backdoor cut by Fox. Zaire couldn't stay with him. And Fox completes the nice layup at the rim. Uncontested, 5-4. Ben with the roll. Kick out. Thomas in the corner. The pass was too saucy, so he drove it in instead. Didn't get the whistle, but he banked it home. And Thomas has 7 early net points. All of them. DeRozan has Claxton in the mid-range guarding him, but he doesn't test that. He rolls it back to the outside. Fox, the blow-by, the kick-out. DeRozan, extra. Murray, 3. Yes. Bucket. 7 apiece. That's way too easy. And that was all caused by the blow-by. Here's Johnson for 3. The response, he is on an absolute heater. And he knocks that one down. No stress, no issue. 10-7 Nets. They've led every step of the way practically. Fox is going to feed Sabonis in the post. He backs him down and then traveled. Well done by Ben Simmons. You feel like this is the sort of role that will really benefit him today? Because Sabonis doesn't test the perimeter. He's going to sit in the post, and I feel like Ben will be more than content to just plant himself in the paint and guard Sabonis all day. Thomas, the drive on Herder, the blow-by, and he cannot complete the layup. He's too busy complaining to the ref. So there's a temporary 5-on-4, which was not capitalized on. Now Fox will drive in on Zaire. Lot of length, but he was able to pass it through all that, and then Murray airballed the 3. Claxton wasn't ready for it, but he was still able to get the rebound. Ben will push. He'll drive. He'll stop and plant the feet. And missed the hook shot. He was short on that. And the rebound by DeRozan. Across to Fox. That's way too much space. And the 3 somehow rims in. The rotations on the ball escorted that down. So 10 apiece. The scoring profile's been nearly identical for both teams. Zaire in the corner isn't shy. Misses the 3, but the long board by Claxton. Ben Zaire will reload and go again and hit the same spot and miss. And the rebound for the Kings. DeRozan down the middle. And that's going to be an offensive foul as well. DeRozan just, sprinted into Ben Simmons. Removed him from the play. And bodies were flying on that sequence. Yeah, that's just, I don't even know what the hell DeRozan's doing there. So 10 apiece, 8 all, or 8 minutes to play, should I say. Ben's going to feed Clax at the elbow. They love those handoffs from that position. Thomas in the corner again. The three was that bad. Like, I thought he missed it. Zaire was able to get the rebound and put it back for 2. It was that bad a miss that it gave off the illusion that he had scored. DeRozan drives in. Kick out to Fox in the corner. Pump fake. Down the middle. Has Zaire in the air. Didn't shoot it. Sabonis body bump. There's a foul on the floor. And Sabonis will hit Claxton with a foul. Nets have started all right. Not too bad with that. Not too pissed. Ball's inbounded. Fox has an open 3. Zaire went under the screen and it was a practice shot. He was too busy trying to milk a foul that he forgot he had to defend someone. 13-12 Kings. They lead for the first time tonight. Simmons surveying the floor. Thomas receives the handoff. Zaire for his third 3-point attempt, and he hits over Fox and responds nicely. So the Nets are getting their 3-point volume up nice and early, which is something that they probably didn't do too much last game. Good cut there by Herder, and the rotations didn't come quickly enough for the Nets. You could see the screen off the ball, and Herder lost his man. It was an easy layup under the rim. Sabonis with the find. 15 apiece. Interesting pass there by Simmons. Try to find Johnson on the backdoor cut. We end up with Claxton shooting a hook shot, and that rims out. Sabonis will leave it to the trailer, which is Murray, who shoots off glass, and that's going to be a loose ball foul on Sabonis, as Zaire was trying to collect. So I believe Sabonis already has 2 personals, and that is not good for the Kings, because Sabonis is obviously a key piece. I don't know who their backup bigs are. I think Len is one of them. We've got Johnson back in the spotlight because he loves the spotlight. He's been loving it at the moment. Thomas has 7 early points. Zaire's got 5. Johnson's hit an early 3, picking up where he left off. And he's got an assist to go with that as well. So it's been a pretty well-rounded start here, I believe, for the Nets. We're all tied at 15. And the Nets will have the ball. De'Aaron Fox, 10 points for him. This is not really surprising to anyone. The personal foul situation, there's quite a few on 1 each. I thought Sabonis picked up an earlier foul, which would have him at 2 personals and send him to the bench. So far, the Nets, have hit 3 threes. So have the Kings. The Nets have had 4 more shots, which has aided their scoring output a little bit, even despite all those misses that they've had. We're going to need to see some big games. Like, I feel like when we were winning games early in the season, it was because players like Zaire were scoring, in double figures in the teens. And we're going to need to see something similar today. That's like, we're going to need to see some output similar to that of DFS in our wins. When DFS is scoring like around 15 points, we usually are in with a belter of a shot. If you are enjoying so far, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and tune in for the next fixture, which is tomorrow. Golden State will be covering the full game, so if you want to remain notified of when I go live, go ahead. No scoreboard. The scoreboard's right here. It's at the bottom. Did I not change? Did I have it on the pregame the whole time? You know what? I probably did. Yeah. I probably didn't even realize. Yeah. Apologies, people. I mean, at least I was saying the scoreline pretty regularly so you could sort of keep up. Apologies for that, folks. I sort of gaslit you into thinking that you were wrong. But in fact, I was. So, 15 apiece. We're nearly halfway through this first quarter. And it's been an interesting start. Pretty even, both teams. Neck and neck. Couple threes hit by both teams. It's been pretty close. No team has really gotten breathing space early on. So the Nets have made a couple of inclusions into the game now. We've got Shake Milton in with Wilson. And those are the only two subs. For the Kings, Keon Ellis is in, Trey Lyles is in, and Colby Jones is in. Johnson creates a bit of space, weaves inside, kick out to Thomas in the corner, the pump fake. He got by Ellis, and he scored a wide open 2-point jump shot. You love it. Thomas has got 9. The high man for the Nets early. Now he will guard Keon Ellis up top. The Kings have it here through Lyles now. DeRozan in the post. He's guarded by Milton. He'll back him down. This is a spot he wants to be in, and he scores for 2 through contact. He wanted a whistle. He ain't going to get it. But they still get those 2 points, which they, of course, would have loved. Milton lost his handle, got it back. Wraparound pass to Claxton, falling out of bounds, had to wheel it back out. And he'll now set the screen for Johnson. The switch, Sabonis guarding. Deep 3 for CJ! Way behind the line. Excellent. And he's hit another 3-pointer. He's hit a couple early. Cross-court pass here for the Kings. They get it to Lyles. And now DeRozan. That was a great play. It was a wide open look there for DeRozan, and he just missed it. A very uncharacteristic sort of miss, given the situation. The Nets can get a bit of space here. Thomas thought about the 3. You could see it in his eyes, even though I can't actually see his eyes. Guarded by Jones. The blow by. The block! From behind by Jones, and it's a 3-on-2 fast break. Ellis in the corner, the 3. Yes, sir. What a surprise. You have the outnumber and you score the ball. So that was a pretty good look by CT. I thought he had lost the defender, but didn't use the body to shield where that ball was going. Claxton in the middle. He's not really remotely interested in scoring. The 1-2 with Johnson, though. And Claxton moves through and scores off the window. And the Nets haven't looked too hindered offensively, despite missing both Schroeder and Finney-Smith. Bounce pass by DeRozan was well read. Well read by the Nets. They tried that pocket pass. Apparently, the Nets want a challenge here. And it looks like we are going to get an early first quarter challenge. Because the Nets believe that it's taken a double tip. So it's under review. Yeah, the Nets are challenging it. I did not see that ball go off a King, but I could be wrong. And I don't have the luxury of a slow motion replay. Alrighty. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like. Also, share your thoughts about the stream. So, if you have any feedback about it, make sure to let us know. And we will be able to make the viewing experience as good as possible. Nothing is impossible, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'll be able to work something out if you have any suggestions for what you think I'm missing. Or if I've got everything, just say that too. We don't like not accept feedback here. Let's have a look at the box score. CJ, mate, I'm just going to keep you in the play to watch spotlight until you play like shit. Because, I mean, this guy cannot miss. He's hit like 19 threes in 2 games. He's already hit a couple today without a miss. And he's got 3 assists already. Like, he's doing a bit of everything. You love it. And the really good thing about today's performance so far for the Nets, 1 turnover. We had 19 the other day. And I believe we had a well, quite a handful against Charlotte as well. So this is what you want to see from this Nets team. Cam Thomas, much better start. 3 of 6, 9 points. Been to the free throw line. He's accountable for our only turnover, but that's because there was no movement off the ball and he was forced into a travel basically late in the clock. You know, there's nothing you can really do about that. So Nets have shot at 8 of 15. 4 threes made. Couple of free throws. The Kings basically have the same scoring profile. They've turned it over a few more times, which is a good thing for the Nets. But they probably haven't capitalized as much as they should have. Already 5 extra shots, though, for the Nets, which is a plus. Let's have a look. Do we win the challenge again? Yes, we bloody do. We win another challenge. This is unbelievable. 13 challenges, 1 out of 20 this season. And so the Nets are going to win possession back, which is lovely. Mate, we cannot lose a challenge. Watford is in. Clowney is in. So Claxton off and Johnson off, but Thomas remains on the floor. The drive in, the kick out. Milton. 3 is good. Thomas drew multiple defenders and 1 pass away. Milton was open, so a pretty stock standard sort of pass. Any NBA player should be able to make that pass. And the Nets make that 3. So up to a 5-point lead for the Nets. Clowney just got decked. I don't really know how that happened. A bit of a phantom ghost, maybe. Lyles going to drive in on Wilson. Lost the ball. Good D. The Nets are going to run. Thomas, cross, layup. Got it! And he wanted another whistle and he got teed up. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot, CT. Mate, relax. Relax. The Kings were about to call a timeout and there's been a technical called. That's so fucking annoying. So they're gonna... So the Kings are going to get a timeout and they're also going to get a free throw after the timeout. Let's just have a look and see if there was a hit. Oh, CT, you cannot be complaining about that. The last few games, it's giving me a very similar sort of vibe to... It's giving me a similar sort of vibe to Spencer Dinwiddie like years ago when he would not stop complaining about the fucking whistle. Of course, 2 completely different classes in terms of talent, but CT's just got to relax a little. The last few games, I feel like he's just being caught up in the whistles way too often. So he's just got to relax. 3:06 to play in the first. We've had a good quarter. Don't halt the momentum here. 7-point lead. It's the largest it has ever been today. Doug McDermott's in the game. Alice is at the line shooting the tee. And he bricks the free throw. So Cam Thomas's yap went unpunished. So 27-20. 3:06 to play. I believe it's a 7-0 run here for the Nets. McDermott in the game will inbound. Wilson picking up Fox on the outside. Murray's back in for the Kings. They're playing a small ball sort of lineup here. Thomas guarding Murray in the post. This is not going to end well. He needs help. Murray is blocked. Correction, he's hit on the arm and it's a foul. And CT is a bit bemused by the decision, but it ain't going to change anything. Couple of free throws for the Kings here. Murray misses another free throw. So the Kings aren't making us pay here at the free throw line on the last couple opportunities. One more free throw to come for Murray. 2:50 to play. He makes the second. 6-point lead. But the Nets have an opportunity to build this lead a little bit more if they get a make here. And they'll probably look for Thomas, who's guarded by Alice, one of their better defenders. Wilson will hand it back to Thomas. It's good D. Thomas is interrupted, but he's still got the ball. 5 to shoot, though. Wilson's going to drive in. That's a trademark move. The kick out. Let the defender go by. Shoots the 2. Foul. And we're getting shots. That is a bailout. It was that typical Wilson play where he starts like 5 feet outside the 3-point line. He grabs it as he's running in. He's able to get that extra step, let numbers overcommit. And then in this case, he didn't shoot it. He kicked it out to CT. Alice had collapsed and Thomas was able to bypass and get the call as Alice was a bit rash on that closeout. So free throws for Thomas. He's been busy early. Johnson's going to check in for Milton. A little rotation there. I imagine Milton's going to check in for Thomas to start the second quarter, or maybe they'll run Ben or some shit. Second free throw for CT is good. 29-21. Good start. Fox is defended by Johnson on the perimeter. Screen by McDermott. The drive in on Thomas. Fox gets rid and scores the nice little jump shot. The short jump shot for 2. Johnson will facilitate here. Thomas off ball. Will get it now. Drive in again. The kick out. It's an open 3 as Watford sets the feed. It's off. And the rebound by Lyles. Couldn't get much better of a look there. And so the Kings can trim the deficit down a little bit. Clowney guarding Fox on the outside. The drive, the step back 2, created the space wonderfully, and Fox is cooking. I don't think he's missed. 29-25, 1:40 to play. Milton is standing at the scorer's table. He'll collect Thomas in a short while if we get another whistle here. Thomas is going to drive in. Oh, beautiful corkscrew. He's scored another 2. He's killing. He's killing him. It's a murder. It's a bit early for a murder. Like, at least do it when everyone's sleeping, bro. 31-25. Lyles is... Oh, no! CT. Collateral damage again. That happened last year. You better walk that shit off. Last year, Cam Thomas got injured because I think Tucker collapsed into him. And there, Trey Lyles has just hit Thomas's leg and it's hyperextended, or was on the verge of hyperextending just as he was about to come off. So, I mean, that couldn't have happened at any better of a time because he's going to the bench anyway, but fucking hell. Heart was in the mouth right there. Lyles at the line. Another free throw off for the Kings. Milton will come in for Thomas. The 109 mark of the first quarter. 31-25. The scoreline. Lyles will shoot another free throw here with the first one having not gone down. And the second free throw is also off. So the Kings cannot buy one at the line. They are in the bonus, but really they should be 4 or 5 points better with the amount of trips they've had. Watford on the perimeter. Johnson. There's a foul. And I don't even think it is a foul. I think it's a 3-second call. Oh, no, it's a foul. So McDermott picks it up. So both teams now in the bonus. Any foul will send the other team to the free throw line. Johnson, Milton, Watford, Clowney and Wilson, the 5 for the Nets on the floor. It's Johnson inbounding. I think he's looking for Watford, but they're going to have to go to Clowney instead. That's the more clear path. Johnson doesn't shoot the 3. No space. Oh, that's a shocking pass. And it's going to be net ball, but we've got 5 seconds. 5 seconds to bring the ball the length of the court, and the Kings will press up here because they don't want to give us anything for free. Clowney's going to come up and collect the ball. It's got to be quick. Clowney's going to take it himself. Good drive. Missed it. They follow up on the miss. The Nets have it again. Johnson goes baseline. There's a bit of a zone defense here, which opens up Clowney for 3. Beautiful skip pass into the corner. Clowney knocks it down. The Nets up by 9. That's beautiful late game clock or late clock management by the Nets. And we turned nothing into something. First, Clowney getting a shot up and then making the 3. Both big moments there late in the quarter. Fox, the drive in, forced into a kick out. Ellis in front of the bench. It's an open 3. It's good. And the Kings cut it back down to 6. The Nets have got 8 seconds to work with. Milton, hesitation, kick out. One more. Johnson 3. Yes! 0.4 on the clock. The Nets have 37 in the quarter. And the Kings, well, they can't do shit with this. 0.4. 0.4 on the clock. The Nets will go into the break up by 9 as that ball is inbounded. The Nets hit 7 3-pointers in that opening quarter. I told you this game was going to be a shootout. Or history suggests that every game at this venue is a shootout. I mean, go back years ago to that 28-point comeback the Nets had at this venue. Even that game, both teams scored about 120. And the Nets have come out the gate with a spring in their step. 37-28 quarter time scoreline. Johnson is 6 and 3 off the bench, but Cam Thomas, what a way to respond. We said pre-game, we said we needed to see a response. It's all good to talk and be accountable, which he was, but scoring 15 points in the opening quarter on 8 shots with only 1 turnover is a beautiful sight to see. On top of that, a couple assists to go with as well. The bench unit, I mean, they're making a few shots as well, which is also wonderful to see. 5 points for Zaire, but it's been a pretty well spread contribution outside of Cam Thomas. For the Kings, you got 14 from Fox. He's accounted for half of their points. But aside from him and Keon Ellis, that bench unit really has done nothing. And Keegan Murray scored 4 as well. But look, the Kings are shooting 10 of 13, and I had no idea it was that hyper efficient. 5 of 6 from deep. They've been at the line and missed a lot of free throws, and the turnover count. I mean, they've had 5 turnovers. That's where the separation arises. The Nets have looked after the basketball. It's a huge reason why they lead this game. We said the other day, you let a short-handed team into the game the minute you start turning the ball over and allowing teams to run in transition. I mean, the Nets have probably not run in transition, but you've given them a lot more looks, and they've got 9 extra shots. They've made 13 of their 22. They've hit 7 of their 11 threes. I mean, it's just been an offensive masterclass here to start the game. Everyone's shooting the ball very, very well. Wilson hasn't put a shot up, and Simmons and Watford have also put a shot up, but I mean, they're not taking it at a high volume, you know what I'm saying? So it's not doing too much to hinder the way the offense is running. I just lagged there, I think. But we're all good. 37-28 the score. Point your camera to your right. I'd rather see the Carlton logo instead of KD. No, we keep KD there. I just got to show that I'm a real one. Because, you know, I'm not just the bandwagon, is what I'm saying here. So the Kings will get into the second quarter with basketball in hand. Fox, that's a tough 2. And he nearly got it to go. And there will be free throws. And Fox has been... Oh, he's just been a bit of a pest, hasn't he? Haven't been able to keep him off the line. Or really keep him out of the offense altogether. So... Fox shooting 2 free throws. He is single-handedly keeping them in the contest because Sabonis has done next to nothing. DeRozan's barely been involved. It's a one-man show. the minute he goes to the bench, it's going to be interesting to see if Sabonis and DeRozan actually show up. I don't know what's going on here, but the ball just got taken across the line. Oh, the ball or the clock didn't move. Whoever's handling the clock should be retired because they just were lagging right there. So Ben, after that short stoppage, Johnson, spin, Clowney's open top of the key. He will shoot that every time, and he hits on that occasion. It's a 10-point lead. Clowney's got another make. 8 threes for the Nets. Shooting it at 66%. That's not even better than the Kings. It's just that the volume is higher for the Nets. It goes through the hands of Lyles, and the Nets will, well, they didn't force that turnover. That was pretty self-inflicted. And so the Nets here, beautiful cross-court pass by Simmons. Another 3. Yes! Again! It's a barrage. We've got a timeout. The Nets are up by 13, and they've hit 9 threes already. It's like Cam Johnson's shooting touch is contagious. It's gone through the whole team. It's run rife through the dressing room, and no one can miss. Famous last words said before we start missing. We will start missing in due course, but at the moment, it's been a little bit crazy the way we're shooting the ball. 43-30. And we're barely into the second quarter. We've barely scraped the surface. So, I'm liking this start. Do I like cricket? Well, I sort of keep track of it, bits and pieces. You'll probably mention the Australian batting collapse in Australia versus India, but I don't care enough to actually be pissed off at that. I just think it's funny. If you are enjoying the stream so far, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the show if you're new. We've got another watch party tomorrow for the Golden State match. It's fair to say the Nets have come out the blocks looking a lot more positive than they were the other day, where they were pretty lackluster and sort of playing down to the opposition. So I just hope that it continues all the way through. Alrighty. So right now, yeah, the Nets are having a cracking game. They're having a red hot crack. This scoreline is looking very nice. I mean, everyone's hitting 3 balls at the moment. Clowney's hit 2. Johnson's hit 2. The other Johnson's hit 2. Thomas has hit 1. Williams has hit 1. Milton's hit 1. I mean, by the end of the game, if, like, at this rate, every single net's going to have a 3. Even Claxton's going to get in on the action. You would, well, I don't hope for that, but wait, we hit 27 threes in the bubble against the Kings. I did not know that. That's when we had Joe Harris, Kyrie, James Harden, Bruce Brown, Jeff Green. Shit. That's a long, long time ago. And then earlier this year was our next best record. We love playing the Bulls. Like, out of the top 4 performances from 3, like, for makes, 3 of the 4 have been against the Bulls, and then that one I just mentioned about the Kings is at number 1. So the Nets are shooting at 69% from 3, 9 of 13. The Kings are 5 of 6. They're not shooting bad from 3. They just cannot look after the ball. Jones picks up his dribble after the timeout. Fox remains in. He has not sat down yet. Step back 2 over Clowney. It's a tough shot. It's off. The rebound by CJ. Ben will push the pace. He drives inside. Kick out to Johnson. No room to shoot. He drives inside instead and misses through contact. It's a 5-on-4. Johnson is on the ground. Still yet to get up. He's now gotten back. But there's still an open 3 for Murray. And that one's short. Ben with the board. Cross court to Wilson. Another to Clowney. Cam Johnson on the outside is doubled. Wilson thought about the three. Keon Johnson in the corner. Cam Johnson on the outside. Clowney's going to drive on Lyles and try shoot through contact, and he's going to get a whistle, and we will get free throws at the 10:01 mark. Clowney is getting busy. And so the Nets can get this lead up to 15. Even for all the offense that Fox is providing, like, our offense is just operating at a far more regular rate. Like, we're barely having a trip up the floor where we don't score. Clowney's second free throw after the first one was made. That's good. And the Nets lead by 16. They're on a 9-0 run. Fox wants to get into the offense quickly. Johnson nearly read the pass. They nearly had a steal. The Kings still have it, but they're getting trapped in the corner here. The kick out to Herder. It's a good rotation across, but they find Murray in the corner, and he missed another shot. Fox nearly knocked it away. He saved it, and then he drove in, tried the reverse, missed it. The putback two is good by Murray, but that is a mess. We really should have raked in the rebound. Fox did well there hustling. Wilson, early offense and another three. It's a barrage, baby. I love using that word, but it's the only way to describe it. We've hit 10 threes. Fox one-on-one. The spin, the drive on Johnson, and there's another whistle. I really don't know how you're supposed to play defense. I think Keon Johnson's doing a pretty good job. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox just a bit more hustle. I reckon he stood on the sideline. Potentially. And then 3 players under the net ball watching. So Wilson is the 7th player to have a 3 for the Nets in this game. And we've still got 9.5 minutes left in this quarter. Fox misses another free throw. Sabonis and DeRozan check in. I imagine Fox is going to take a seat soon because he still has not sat down in this game yet. Fox, another free throw. That's good. So he splits the pair. The Nets have 20 bench points. Already 20 bench points. They're apparently 6 of 6 from deep. Simmons, the drive in. Johnson's open again. Hit that. Oh. He thought he got hit because he fell to the ground. But that's the first miss in a long while for the Nets from the outside. Johnson nearly lost Fox. Good defense, but Fox is able to score over the top and cuts it down to 13. Fox has already exceeded the 20-point mark, which is cooked, but they still trail by 13. Simmons here. Skip pass across to Clowney. Shoots the 3. He ain't shy. He hits another 3. Oh, this is ridiculous. I thought the Cam Johnson shooting barrage was enough. Now our bench can't miss. DeRozan one-on-one. We've got an offensive foul, and it's Sabonis who committed it on Cam Johnson. A bit of illegal contact there. And another turnover. So, 8:11 to play. The Nets already have 51. For context, the other day, I think they had 50 in the first half. This is remarkable. Simmons, the handoff to Thomas, who's back in. Even with all that offense, then we introduce Thomas into the fold. Here's Johnson. Moves into the mid-range, and that one rolls out. So it was online, but didn't get the fortune there. Sabonis will drive, but well held there by Clowney. DeRozan moves into the mid-range. Skip pass to the corner for Ellis, who goes the baseline. Moves through, but the block by Clowney. They get it back. Another look. It's a bad miss. And the rebound secured by Johnson after a couple bites of the cherry. Oh, Ben, you idiot. It's so obvious. Good contest by Ben. He made up for his error. And now he's going to feed it to the corner. It's Clowney again. Yes! Oh, you're kidding! Oh my God. Mike Brown needs to be held back. He's livid and he's gotten teed up. Oh my God, there's so much to unpack from that sequence. Ben first underarm passes it right to the Kings with the most easy to anticipate pass of all time. Then Ben blocks him at the summit. Johnson saves it. Ben runs in transition and finds Noah Clowney in the corner, who was the outnumber. And then Clowney knocks down the tray. Mike Brown is pissed off. We've got a technical free throw, which is no good by CT. So it probably was a foul. But what am I going to say? Am I really going to complain? It's a 19-point lead for the Nets, but I don't believe in this lead. I think this is a false lead. Our offense is not sustainable. Clowney's got like 14 in the first half. It's sort of crazy. DeRozan here on the perimeter is guarded by Ben. They want Sabonis in the post, but they're not going to have enough time to get it there. And DeRozan airballs it. What? Bro, that didn't hit the rim! Why have you reset it at 14? They've reset the clock at 14. That was the clearest of air balls, mate. The clearest of air balls. Mate, that clock should be at like 0.6. How? Mate, yeah, thank you. 2 seconds on the clock. Cheers. So, Clowney will head to the bench with 14 points in quick time. That's a great contribution. And he scored most of those with Thomas on the bench. So, you didn't know if the bench was going to be able to hold their own. How have they got a full 14? Oh my God, and Herter hits a 3. How on earth did they not reset that to 2? Mate, that's fucking BS. That was the clearest air ball I've ever seen, and they just gave him a full 14. Thomas gets inside, wanted the whistle, didn't get the call. Zaire gets the offensive rebound. Where's the foul? Oh, Jesus Christ. Skip pass. There's an open man in the corner. Kick out to Herter. They fought amongst themselves for the ball. Numbers collapse on Sabonis, and the Nets force a steal. They run in transition. Thomas down the middle. There's a body bump, and there's a foul. How is that not on the shot, bro? Bro, the last couple minutes, the referees are on something special, mate. That's incredible. Oh, well, now he's at the free throw line. Thomas is going to shoot a couple, and rightfully so, because initially I thought they had done some BS there. CT's first free throw is good. Watford comes into the game. Simmons will take a seat. Good minutes there from Ben. For the most part, Ben's been a lot better with the basketball as well. We've barely turned it over. That's a huge reason of why we're in front by as much as we are. Thomas's second, rims out. Doesn't get the bounce. He's gone 1 of 3 in recent memory from the line. So a couple of points left on the table. The Nets have 14 points off turnovers. Herter on the outside. No room to shoot. Forced into a pass. Drive by DeRozan. Oh, no, that is just... DeRozan is another fucking jammy player. He will get to the line, like, no issues. These days, the officials just call anything. And I'm not saying that they don't for us either. Like, they call a lot of questionable shit in our favor. My God, there was nothing in that. Free throw for DeRozan, that's good. He's usually very good at the line. 5:51 a play. Do not let this lead go under 10. Thank you. We gotta aim for 70 by halftime. DeRozan second rolls home, so they get the luck that we didn't get on that last free throw trip. Here's Watford with Wilson, Williams, Claxton, and Thomas on the floor. Oh, that's careless, Sire. Well done to knock it away and ensure that they weren't able to get it ahead. We got to recover, though. Sabonis, multiple pump fakes, and he scores over Claxton. And we're going to get a timeout. They were trying to feed Claxton, and that pass was just not on. He was getting blanketed by Sabonis. It was always going to be an easy steal. The Nets have got to regroup here, but I like the use of that timeout because we needed that, I think. Very, very easily could have disintegrated that lead a little bit more so. Loving Clowney this season. He's been a bit on and off, to be honest. Some games he's a little bit... He's a little bit iffy. He doesn't do a lot. In a game like today, though, his slender frame hasn't been punished, and his offense has delivered way more than... You know, like it's compensated for the defensive liability that he may be. He's learning that's good, though. Of course it is. And he's got 14 on the board today. 4 threes without a miss and a block. You're loving it. And we've hit 12 of our 17 threes. That is an insane, absurd amount of threes to make at this stage of the game. Cam Johnson, man, he's been a bit busy with the assisting. Probably need to give him a few more shots, though. He's only taken the 4. The bench put in a hell of a shift. I mean, we're getting so many bench points. Cam Thomas with a team-high 16. The Kings are still shooting it very well. 6 of 10 from deep, 14 of 25 from the field. They've been to the line more than us, but they've missed a lot of free throws, and they've turned the ball over a hell of a lot more than us. But this is where you got to keep a grip of these turnovers, right? Do not let the turnovers rise. Jalen Wilson's got one, but in the last couple minutes, Zaires had a turnover. Ben's had a turnover. Like, you got to raise these turnovers. Do not let them get an opportunity here to break that deficit down a little bit more. Because, mate, we need reward for this first half. It's been a cracking first half. 5:30 to play here in this second quarter. We've got to aim for 70, as I said. So, and this is all being done today without Schroeder, without Finney Smith. Who else are we missing these days? We're not missing too many now, which is good. But there were a lot on the injury report. Holy shit, Cam Johnson is basically did something that very few have done in NBA history. Scored in a 3-game span 90 points on 60% from the field and had 19 threes or more across those games. Only 1 of 6 to do it. What for the drive in? Offensive foul. Are you fucking taking the piss, Clax? Another turnover. The minute these turnovers come in, that is when you open the door. It's not rocket science. That was a common phrase I used multiple times in previous seasons. We blitz DeRozan, but allow Herter on the weak side. I reckon it was a partial block there by Claxton, who's getting ahead of the Kings defense. He's guarded here. That is a rogue pass. Williams does well to get it. He needs help. And he got pushed by Keegan Murray. That is so soft. That's incredibly phantom. What a bailout. I mean, Zaire was falling out of bounds. There was nothing on that. Nothing in that. Let's have a look. Where was the foul? Oh, mate, Zaire has fucking milked the crap out of that. That is mental. Claxton at the elbow, hands it to Thomas. Well defended by Fox. Good take by Zaire. Went aerial, and there's a foul on Herder, who tried to meet him at the apex. So free throws coming up here. That's a great take by Zaire. He could have definitely lost that out of bounds. They're not going to challenge that, though. So free throws here for Zaire at the line. Cannot make free throws in the last couple minutes. I feel like we've missed like 3 of our last 4. That's just a rough estimate. Leaving quite a few on the table. One more free throw for Zaire. And he makes. So no King in the stadium will get their pizza that they want. Because you obviously get a free pizza if the opposition misses a pair. Fox on the perimeter. Oh my God. We left Sabonis open. They didn't find him. They're going to get it to him now in the post. Guarded by Claxton. Backs him down. He's going to turn him. Good block by Trendon Watford. Great anticipation. We needed that help defense. Good rollover. Sabonis had committed to the play, and Watford as the help defender did a great job. Murray hadn't gone to the corner, so Watford was able to help there. Oh my God, they've lobbed that up and nearly converted. That was nearly a genius play there by the Kings off the inbound, but the Nets get a stop. Watford with the turn, the drive in, the body bump. It's an open 3, top of the key. Long rebound secured by the Kings. They're going to push the pace. Numbers have not gotten back for the Nets. Herder in the corner gets by the closeout. And there's a foul. And I think Claxton actually fouled Sabonis there. And Herder's just going to get the benefit here of the 2 shots. With 3:57 to play. Definitely feels like the Nets' momentum and rhythm is sort of slowed up a little bit. Like it feels like it's a bit more tough going to get shots going down. But still getting the looks. The shot quality is there. It's just the conversion has dwindled just a little bit. Cam Johnson in for Wilson, who basically played the entire quarter. So we've got all 5 starters out there aside from Watford, who's in for Simmons. And Herder will shoot another free throw here and convert. So back down to a dozen. The lead was as high as 19. So just got to hold on to this lead and keep it comfortable heading into the break. Thomas, pump fake. Had the defender in the air but didn't shoot it. Thomas, change of direction. Kick out. Good find. Watford will go inside. Beautiful spin move. The pirouette had Herder lost, and it was an uncontested layup at the rim. DeRozan picks up his dribble, gets it out of Fox, and DeRozan will get it back in the corner, guarded by Claxton. The kick out to Fox, touch pass to Murray in the corner. It's a bad miss, and a good rebound by Johnson, who's going to get it ahead to Zaire. Beautiful drive. He blew the dunk. Shit. Murray could return the favor, but it's a... Oh my God, it's a blocking foul. Are you kidding? I thought that was a charge. And Murray's going to go to the line. What a fucking 4-point swing that was. Gone from a dunk on one end to 2 free throws at the other. Yeah, there's no... Like, that could have been an offensive foul. I'm not the greatest judge. 3:09 to play here in this quarter. 58-44 the score. So Murray at the line again, and he gets the first to go. He's been really bad from 3, Murray. Like, a lot of open looks are just not going down, and they're missing badly. So one more free throw here. Claxton will sit. He's got 3 personals, so that's why they've made that decision. So Ben Simmons will close the half as the small ball 5. Johnson gets another rebound after another Kings miss at the free throw line. 58-45 the score. We're into the final 3 minutes of this opening half. It's Simmons who will hand it back to Watford on the outside. The handoff is knocked away, well read by Murray behind the back, drive in, and there's absolutely no one who contests that. The handoffs are so easy to read. Like, you got to be more secure. The Kings have stopped turning the ball over. The Nets turning the ball over at a steady rate now. Wilson is getting ready to check in at the scorer's table. The Nets will slow play right down. 2:30 to play, 7 to shoot now. Thomas is going to shoot a deep 3. He thought he was fouled. He somehow hit the shot. I don't know what the fuck that was. It definitely wasn't the play design, but it works. DeRozan picks up his dribble, forced into a kick out. It's good defense by Johnson. Fox in a switch, shoots over Ben and responds importantly for the Kings. 61-50. Thomas is fouled by Fox in the backcourt. Very unique sort of decision there by Fox. Not many would do that. But Fox is going to get hit with the personal, and the Nets don't even need to get into a set to have a chance at points here. 2 free throws coming up for Cam Thomas again. Let's have a look and see if there was a foul. Nope. Ben actually initiated the contact. Thomas's free throw is good. So 1:57 to play. Wilson is back in. And I don't know who's gone to the bench now. I believe it is... I don't know who it is. One more free throw for Thomas. That one's off. And there was a violation. Thomas knew he missed it, apparently. He's been... Only knock on him for his game today is the fact that he's missed, like, I reckon, 4 free throws. Like, and those are important points to have. I'd usually back him in for free throws. It's a 12-point game. The Kings can actually cut it to a single-digit deficit here. Fox has the defender in a spin cycle. Ellis in the corner hits another tray. And it's back down to 9. They've cut that deficit in half. We've got to make sure we don't turn the ball over again. 1:35 to play. Looking for Watford in the post. He's doubled. Nearly lost the ball. Thomas gets inside, lost the ball, got it back, shot with the right hand. He wasn't even looking at the basket and he still hit the shot. That was nifty. Fox the turn. Good D by Wilson. Oh my God, he jumped. You clown, why did you jump? Why did you jump? You didn't need a jump. You had Fox right where you wanted him, and you had the size advantage. More free throws here for Fox. This feels like it's going by the trend of what happened early in the season. Another missed free throw. How many missed free throws in this first half? Yeah, so I don't know. Like earlier in the season, we gave up a lot of free throws. We've sort of cleaned that up recently as the defense has gotten better, but today I feel like the Kings are probably at like 45 points if we did a better job of keeping them off the line. They've missed 7 free throws, which has really helped us out. They feed Watford in the post again. Fakes the handoff to Johnson on the outside. Oh, that was a good move. He moved DeRozan away from him. That bit of hesitation gave the space he needed, but it was a miss. Fox is going to take on Ben Simmons. Goes down the middle. Bro, that's fucking bullshit. Oh, these whistles, man, are just fucked. There's so many fucking fouls being called in this first half. it's so frustrating. It's probably the way the Kings want to play to close this first half out. Like, just kill us off completely for momentum and just play a slow game. Like 20 first half free throws. Overall, it's a pretty good half. I think we've done a really good job. Short-handed, but man, it's really like another missed free throw. Another one. There's another foul on Sabonis. Wait, what? What is going on? Apparently Sabonis fouled on the rebound. He was able to tip it in. Mike Brown went onto the court to challenge, then went to the bench, and then went back onto the court to challenge again. I don't know what's going to happen here because, like, they probably get the 2 points on the board, right? Oh, so they didn't want to challenge it, but because he walked out on the floor, they had to challenge it because he did the gesture. They may just... I don't know if they win or lose this challenge. Let's have a look. He's got the arm locked. That's got to be a foul, surely. I'm so confused with what's going on. I would inform you guys on what's going on, but I just am trying to listen in to get a grip of the situation right now. Would it be Nets free throws then? Because it's a loose ball foul. And Sabonis has picked up 3 personals, so that's a big foul to give away at this stage of the quarter. Like, they would have loved for Sabonis to go into the half with only 2 personals, but here we are with the margin at 9. I don't think they actually challenged. So the Nets are going to get free throws, which is grouse. So they didn't challenge that. It was just a common timeout. The Nets will get 2 free throws here because they were in the bonus. And Watford makes the first. These are important free throws to make. I mean, it's an absolute freebie here. 65-55. One more free throw imminent here for Watford. Oh my God. The amount of misses we have had as well. We probably would have had 70 points on the back of us just making free throws. Fox is doubled. Alice. Cross court to DeRozan. Guarded by Watford. On the wing. 6 to shoot. They don't go for the 2-for-1. They drive in now. The layup is good. And it's down to 8. So the Nets will hold for 1. Watford, Wilson, Thomas, Johnson, and Simmons, the 5 on the floor. Watford's going to hold and hand off to Thomas. Do not turn the ball over. Do not turn it over. Screens are utilized. Now they've got the switch. The step back 3. It's off. And we cannot put another shot up in time, even though we got the board. So that is the break. 65-57 the scoreline. The Nets tack on another 28 points. They did slow up offensively as the quarter wore on. The Kings end with 29. They responded well after falling into a 19-point hole. So it could have been a lot worse for them. I think they'll be happy with, how this half has ended for them, because they definitely could have looked a lot worse. Been watching since the 22-23 season, and I think this season the vibes are the best. Oh, yeah, I 100% agree with you on that. The vibes are looking pretty good at the moment. We just need a viral meme with the bench and the vibes will be complete. Yeah, we just need some bench dancers. I don't know who the Theo Pinson of this squad is going to be, but that's the next step, right? All right, let's have a look at the box score. We've got some great offensive contributions, but I mean, the main one is none other than Cam Thomas, who's got 22 points on 7 of 13 shooting. He's been to the line for 9 free throws. We didn't have 9 free throws the whole game as a team last game. So to have 9 free throws right now is absolutely grouse. And as a team, we've got 15, but we want that efficiency to be a bit higher. 10 of 15 is not great, especially when, you know, the Kings have missed 8 free throws of their own, and you really need to capitalize, even though you're getting outdone with those, with the free throw count. Excuse me. We are shooting those 65% on threes, 13 first half makes, and it's really been the bench that have actually sprung this forward on us. We're shooting over 50% from the field. The Kings have hit 8 threes as well. They're shooting it pretty well too, but haven't gotten close in terms of volume. So overall, pretty good stuff. Clowney's got 14 on 5 shots, and he's been excellent as well in terms of just making threes. He's got the most, a team high today, but given we've made 13 threes, a lot of players have chimed in. We've got multiple players with 2 makes. We've got 4 players with 2 or more. And then we've got a couple others chiming in with a few baskets as well. Nearly every net has scored except Ben. And to be fair, I mean, he's only got the 1 turnover, but he's facilitated pretty well. He's got a steal and a block. So he's been pretty good defensively. I mean, you look at things from a Kings perspective. Like, really, like, De'Aaron Fox is 24 and he's shooting it superbly. I mean, he's been to the line 10 times. He's 7 of 9 from the field. 24 points on 9 shots is absurd efficiency. However, they have no other player in double figures. Keon Ellis and Keegan Murray are their next 2 best scorers. Keon Ellis shooting very well from the field as well. More specifically 3. Keegan Murray, not so much. But here's the big thing. DeRozan's taken 4 shots in the whole game for 6 points. And Domantas Sabonis has 3 personals in 15 minutes. He's only had the 2 points. So those 2 have been no-shows on the offensive side of the floor. And look, it's either going to come down to Fox having another 50-point game or Demar DeRozan and Domantas Sabonis going off in the second half. Like, that's what they're going to need to win this game. Because they got 57 points, but I'm not sure if the Nets are going to concede another 21 free throws in the second half. I would imagine that the discipline is going to be a very big talking point going into the second half, because 21 free throws to concede, that's not good enough. So, second half, I mean, I don't think we're going to score as many threes as we did. But look, the scoring profile is looking pretty good. Inside the arc, we're not shooting it all that efficiently. I think a few too many mid-ranges. Got to cut down the turnovers a bit, because at the end of the second quarter, it sort of went a little bit haywire. Few too many turnovers for my liking. So I would like to see that number dwindle in the second half. But overall, in the second half, we're going to need to see Cam Johnson probably score a few more. I mean, he's only taken 4 shots. He hasn't really hogged the volume of shots. He's done the right team plays. He's taken some really important rebounds, because Sabonis, of course, is an offensive rebounder at his best. And I wouldn't imagine Sabonis has had too many offensive rebounds today. He's only got the 6 rebounds total. Johnson's got 5 rebounds, which is a good mark. It's a team high. And he's not that tall. So, you know, it's like, that's a really important stat. So if Johnson ends with 10 rebounds, I think that's going to go a long way. And he's been doing a great job of facilitating. We've got 3 players with 3 or more dimes, and it's probably the players with the highest usage. So, a lot of catch and shoot opportunities, and the Nets have capitalized fully on that. So it's good to see. It's good to see. That's where we are at this stage of the game. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new as well. We will be back tomorrow for Nets Warriors. So that should be a good match. Tomorrow there will be no Ben Simmons though. So I don't know if that's a plus or a minus. I don't know if that's benefiting the Nets or not. I would feel like tonight, it's definitely been more beneficial when Ben is on the floor. Even though he's done absolutely sweet F all from the field. I mean, he's got no points. So, but I have no issue with that if he's not turning the ball over and he's facilitating. Like, he's done a lot right. He's done a lot right in this first half, all things considered. For Ben Simmons standards, last game he was dog shit. Like, he had 4 assists in the whole game. And you could put that down to the Nets not making shots. But Ben was also turning it over like crazy in that previous fixture. So I would rather, like, it's 1 rebound and 5 assists. But if he ends the game with 10 dimes, then we should win this game. That's what it'll come down to. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Share your thoughts on the stream as well. That, of course, is incredibly important because I need to know if you're enjoying the stream. It's just a known fact. It's imperative. It's not a matter of me asking you to do it. It's a matter of you needing to do it. So, make sure to do that. But overall, very good half. I did not expect us to lead by 8. I did not expect us to lead by 19 at some stage. I didn't expect us to shoot the ball this well in the opening half because we got a lot of role players that, you know, in previous years have not had a lot of exposure to the game or the NBA, should I say. So it's good to see this is where the team is positioned. Ben is the exact opposite of CT, a cone on offense, but very good defense. Yeah, Cam is very much a cone on defense. He's getting better though. CT has become, like, I don't talk about, or like in years gone by, I would talk a ton about how CT is just a liability defensively. But this year, I barely talk about it because I don't think it's been as noticeable. There's been stages where he gets cooked and oppositions target him, and that's where it gets more pronounced. But most of the time, it's actually pretty, it's been pretty solid. Like, you got to remember, he's a 6'3" guard, and sometimes he's got Dennis Schroeder on the court as well. So Schroeder's, of course, going to play on the point guard, and Cam Thomas is either going to play on like some tall role player sitting in the corner, or he's going to just play on the shooting guard, and the shooting guard usually is more size over him. So, you know, it's always going to be, like, he's always going to be disadvantaged, but you just got to learn, he's just got to work out ways to sort of deal with that physicality that he's got. Like, he's more built out now, so he can sort of hold his own a bit better, as opposed to previous years where he got nudged around a little bit. So yeah, that's the situation at this stage. Yeah. Not too bad at all. Alrighty. I would imagine we only have a few minutes left before the third quarter starts. It's been a good half though. I'm pretty happy with that. And from this point onwards, I don't care if we win or lose. I say this every single game. I don't care if we win or lose. I just want to compete. But when you're always in a winning position, you want this team to close it out. Like, we've been up basically the whole game. Like, there's been maybe for like a 1 minute stint in the first quarter we were trailing, but every step of the way today we've led. So I really wouldn't want to let a performance like this go to waste. CT's awareness on defense is noticeably better, and so is his effort. I feel like the rotations, like Geordie's got this team playing a lot better. Like for defense, purely because the rotations, like I've noticed that a lot this year. The rotations, last year, this team could not rotate for their life. You'd very rarely see the Nets blitz, and if they did blitz, the rotations across were garbage. Like, there'd be very little reactivity to what was going on, where the open man was, the ability to read the play. But this year, I think holistically, the Nets have just been a lot better, because that alone helps them out a ton. Even like Cam Johnson in years gone by was talked about as like an average to above average defender. Last year, I thought he was like dog shit. I don't think he was that good, but this year he's assumed more responsibility and been a lot better with that responsibility. So, like, the ceiling has just levitated. It's elevated. So that's a huge plus here, right? And that's obviously going to do a ton for his value on the trade market. So yeah. Okay. Second half, I imagine, is on the horizon because both teams are back out on the court. Doing shoot around, I just want to watch and see if players are making or missing their 3-pointers. Clowney cannot miss. Let's see him shoot another one. Okay, that one was short. Hopefully second half, like, it's actually crazy, and we said this pre-game. If you weren't here pre-game, what I said was that every single time we've played the Kings away in the last 24 months, it's always a shootout at this venue. The minute we head to the Barclays, neither team can score above 110 points. So we're very much on track for something similar today. And it'll be interesting to see on the reverse leg when we play in Brooklyn what that game's going to look like. Because last year we scored 77 whole points in a match. 77 points. Yeah. And I would say this team's worse, and we haven't dipped to that level at any stage. Like, we don't look like we're giving 77 points a sniff. Usually we're there in 3 quarters. So that was bad. Like, we really struggled offensively at the back end of the year, but the method, to score the ball has looked a lot better this year. A lot more cutting actions, a lot more sets for Cam Johnson. We've looked a bit more aggressive in terms of finding the hot hand. All right. Alrighty. Second half is about to get underway. 65-57 is the score as we get underway with this third quarter. The Kings, of course, a tough proposition. Let's see if we can hold them off. Fox out to Herder, and they've just thrown that ball out of bounds, but it's a foul. Oh, you fucking idiot, Claxton. What is that even for? 4 personals for Claxton. Like, he had 3 fouls already. And he's just probably committed the softest personal I've ever seen. So 14 seconds in, Clax is on 4 fouls now, which is just great news. If he commits another one, we're in trouble. DeRozan, got it by Johnson in the block. Turnaround Jay, that's badly off. Get that rebound. Good board. Numbers collapsed. Zaire was a helper in that situation. Good no-look to Williams in the corner. In rhythm, it's off. Simmons with the find. Herder, knocked away by Johnson. Kick ball on him. But it ensured that DeRozan wasn't going to capitalize with all the space in the corner. Herder will inbound on the wing to Fox. The screen set by Sabonis. He's going to look for a handoff. Give it to DeRozan. Thought about the 3. He's going to shoot a deep 2 instead. And that basically is a 3 for him, but he's off. And a rebound for Simmons. Johnson on the wraparound. He's guarded by DeRozan in the corner. They're going to look for a pass here. Claxton up top. 9 to shoot. We get it to Thomas now. He's going to shoot a 3, and he's going to knock down another tray. He picks up right where he left off. He had 22 in the first half. He's got another 3 to his name here. Sabonis rolls. Well done by Ben on the rollover. Murray scores through contact over Claxton. But that was nicely worked by the Kings. The Nets did well to defend that, actually. However, the Kings were just a little bit better. Got to their spot. Here's Thomas again. Lob. Claxton with the completion. You love to see it. The Nets back up 11. Thomas this time with the find. And they get it ahead to Sabonis. What is Clax doing, man? That was so lazy up the court. Just a loud and easy 2 for Sabonis early in the clock. Right at the rim. You don't want to let a player, a really good player who scored 2 in the first half, get into the game through moments like that. Here's Thomas again, a difficult shot over Herder. It's off, it hits the heel, and now Murray in transition will drive in, and that is going to be an offensive foul. It's CJ with the charge. And the Nets, that's well done, man. CJ, good boy. How many times this season have we seen Nets put the body on the line to get a charge? Last year, you barely saw it. It was a rare occurrence. Once in a blue moon. Now you see it almost every game. Once every game. Here's CJ on the wing. Has the defender on his hip. And he scores on the baseline for 2. Only the 6 in the first half after some explosive matches in recent memory. DeRozan moves through and is fouled by, I believe, Simmons. And 2 shots for DeRozan. 9:26 to play in this third quarter. First free throw is out. Yet again, I mean, that they must be diseased at the free throw line. They cannot make a shot. 9 free throws already missed by Sacramento, and the second one is converted, but still so many points left on the table for the Kings. They're shooting at 61%. Here's Johnson. Gets a couple of handoffs. Wraps around. Good work by Zaire, who drives in. Herder's not even fucking looking at Zaire. He's defending with his back. Zaire wanted a shooting foul. What is Kevin Herder doing? How? I don't even know what's going on. I thought there was a shooting foul. Why is Geordie just like holding... He just did this to the official. I don't know what that was. Here's Claxton on the outside. The Nets up 10. Johnson on the perimeter. Good cut by Zaire. He lost his defender. It was an open two-pointer. He's got to make those. Well done, though, to find the space. He probably should have drove it in. He had no one on him. Sabonis out to DeRozan. Gets to his spot in the mid-range. Misses again. The rebound off hands. Johnson ends up with it again. High screen by Simmons. Thomas up top. Had the pass knocked away. He retrieved it. Got inside the lob. Ben with the tap in. And Ben's finally scored. Great dime by CT. That's the second lob pass of the quarter, and both times it's resulted in a score. DeRozan tries to back down Simmons. He can't move him. There's an open look for Fox. He didn't shoot the three. He drove in instead and hung to score for 2. It's back to 10. Thomas. Jab step 3. Oh, God. Why would you shoot that? Very early in the clock. That's a tank commander move. Sabonis is going to try and hit. And Geordie is pissed. Geordie's really pissed. He's talking with his players and he's like, that was fucking unacceptable. Or even Geordie's talking to the refs, so maybe he wasn't even talking to his players. 7-point game. I don't think the deficit has been any lower for quite some time. The Nets aren't playing that bad. It's just probably a couple questionable shots in there. Thomas has got 25 and 5. It's a good showing from him from both the field and also in terms of facilitation. Only the 1 turnover by him. The Kings are still getting that scoring ticking over. Sabonis has gotten a bit more involved alongside DeRozan here in this second half as De'Aaron Fox has taken a bit of a step back. Overall, though, not too much of note to mention. The Nets have only hit 1-3 in the quarter, though. That's pretty key. And meanwhile, the Kings have also only hit 1-3 in the quarter. So it's pretty neck and neck. It's dead even. The Nets have done well to keep their offense sustained. But they've just got to keep that shot selection high. Don't take too many rash sort of shots. Because right now, they're in a good place. A good position, but, you know, Cam Thomas chucking up threes like with 19 seconds on the clock. That ain't it. So, still a lot of basketball here to play in the 17th game of the Nets season. They are 6-10, whilst the Kings are 8-8. So their best interest today would be winning. Meanwhile, the Nets, I don't think they really give two shits, to be completely honest. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well if you are new. Finally, a real channel. Have you had some issues? Have you? I am, believe it or not, a real person. I'm not a bot. So thank you for joining us. What's the plan with Ben? Just write his contract out or try a buyout? He's an asset because he's a $40 million expiring. So we can either reap the benefits. I think we'll just ride the wave. I don't think we're going to trade him because really, what are we going to get back? All right. So we're back. Claxton up top. There's another out of the timeout play set for Johnson, who drives in and scoops it home for 2. You love to see that. The persistence. I thought he was going to pass it off, but he just went himself. And it's back up to 9. Let's get a stop here. Kings have been shooting the ball way too well. Here is Murray back out to Fox. The high screen by Sabonis. And now Zaire remains with Fox. The spin, he gets inside. Good D by Zaire, but Fox is nifty. And even though Zaire didn't bite on the pump fake, Fox was still able to score over the top. Johnson uses that Claxton screen on the move. The three, he squared up, and it's off. The rebound for the Kings, and it's a 7-point game. Drive in. Sabonis, backdoor cut there by Herder, and he scores with the right. They didn't call the whistle. The Kings, I mean, they cannot miss right now. Almost got the same sort of ability as we did in the first half in that second quarter. Here's Johnson again on the drive. The layup goes vertical and he was pushed, and it's going to be another foul, and Sabonis has picked up 4. So the two centers for both teams today are on 4 personals, so they will be in a little bit of trouble down the stretch if they commit another foul before three-quarter time. I imagine that they're going to be played sparingly. 6:34 to play. Johnson here with a couple opportunities here to get that lead back up. Johnson at the line makes the first. He's usually been pretty reliable. He's shooting over 90% from the line this season. Simmons will sit. Clowney, after a 14-point first half, which had 4 threes, is into the game. Claxton's off. Simmons remains in. Correction. One more free throw here for CJ. Keon Ellis is in for the Kings. I would assume he's going straight to CT. Apart from that, no changes. Murray to the bench. Johnson makes both. Johnson has not missed a free throw for 31 shots at the line. That's fucking mental. Fox the drive in, the kick out to DeRozan, corner 3. It's an air ball. It was that fucking bad a miss that Sabonis was there for the catch, and he scores. Simmons wants to get into it early, but we really know he doesn't want to, because he doesn't want to shoot the ball. Oh my fucking God, that was a baseball pitch into the first throw. It was a fucking laser. And so a turnover for the Nets. I believe that's the first of the quarter. Fox to Ellis on the outside. Sabonis will hand off to DeRozan, who gets into the mid-range. That's his spot. They've got the switch here. Sabonis guarded by Clowney. They passed it into the middle, but the numbers went the way of the Nets. And Johnson in transition is fouled again. And they're shaking the cowbells right in front of him. That's well read by CJ. Great defensive knack there to read the pass into the paint as the numbers collapsed for the Kings. Johnson will get more looks here at the line. So 31 consecutive makes at the line. Make it 32. Wilson will check in for Simmons. So we play small ball. Milton's into the game as well. So he'll come collect. Williams also off for the Nets. Colby Jones is in for the Kings. One more free throw for CJ. Oh, there's the miss. 33 attempts it took for a miss. DeRozan is going to drive on Thomas. That's what they want. Picks up his dribble. And there was no contest and an easy 2. Got his way. It's down to a 4-point game. The Nets led by as much as 19 in the second. Johnson inside again. The kick out to Thomas. He goes at Ellis. Kick out. Good look. Good pump fake by Milton. The sidestep. And the tray is good. The important response there for the Nets. Milton's got 2 threes. I don't think he's missed today. So the Nets make their second tray. Ellis is left alone in the corner. The rollover was late by Clowney. We force a miss. Oh my fucking God, man. It's so jammy. They're starting to get a few offensive rebounds. Not directly through Sabonis, but he's ending up on the end of it. Clowney's open again. Pass him the ball. Oh my God. Are you taking the fucking piss, CT? Clowney has not missed from 3. He was open top of the key. Thomas, bit of tunnel vision on that play, and it allowed the Kings to block the shot. Ellis? Bro, that is ridiculous. Clowney wants an offensive foul going the other way. Meanwhile, Let's see what's going on here. Well, it's going to be Kings ball on the side. Lyles is in the game for the Kings. 4:31 to play here in this third quarter. Sabonis will get it off the inbound. Watford's into the game. So it's an all bench lineup for the Nets, except Cam Thomas remains in. DeRozan, oh my fucking God, man. Another fucking foul. They are loving the fouls today. Mate, these officials must need to hit a daily quota. Because... What? What is that for? What is that for? You are kidding me. Oh, that is fucking BS. Oh my God, bro. He is so fucking jammy. It pisses me off. Milton's going to get it off the inbounds. It's a 2-point game now. We're into a one possession game sort of situation here. Here's Thomas. Clowney's open. It's a fucking wide open look. And he's cold now. The rebound by the Kings. They can take the lead. And that pass has gone right off the backboard for the Kings. So a turnover. And the Nets will go early. Watford the layup. It's a wild miss. Lyles did well defensively to hold his own. And the Kings can do what they could have done on the previous possession. Depending on shot selection, DeRozan will get it. Odds are he's not shooting a three. Lyles takes it inside. The extra pass. Well read there by Noah Clowney. They look to feed Sabonis in the dunker spot, but it was knocked out of play. 7 to shoot for the Kings. The Kings are shooting 10 of 15 in the quarter. The Nets 6 of 14. So quite a few misses here for the Nets. It's not actually an awful shooting quarter. It's just the Kings are still shooting lights out. So let's see what the Nets do here. 1-2 for Ellis. Watford does well, and he was able to strip Ellis of the ball. The Nets in transition now. Watford. Milton's got another open look. It's a practice shot, and he missed it. Good opportunity, though. Those threes in the first half were going down. DeRozan the spin. Skip pass. Lyle sets the feed. It's an open three. It's off. Get that rebound. Good boy, Shake. And he's been hit on the arm, hit on the face. Multiple spots. It's going to be a foul on that rebound, and the Nets will get the ball. So that's a let off. Because that was a wide open look. How does Sabonis only have 4 personals? I swear he picked it up before. Sabonis will sit now. So he's actually got 4 personals now. We've got to attack him because the minute he goes to the bench, I think it's going to be an interesting look to see what they close with. So 80-80. The lead's been as large as 19. And they've clawed their way back into this game over a prolonged period of time. Wilson gets inside. Didn't get the call. The Kings get the rebound. They got to track back the Nets. Here's Murray. Cross court for Lyles. Fox is back out there. Got it by Keon Johnson. Shoots in the mid-range. It's an air ball. They save it. But it did not hit the rim. So the clock hasn't reset. They got 4 to shoot. Knocked away. Well done by Watford to force a turnaround too. That's a tough shot. That's so stiff because it was a dog shit bit of shot selection by Fox. And, well, the Murray shot was difficult as well. So a 28 run, it's been over a 6-minute span. So the Nets have struggled offensively in the second half. Here's Milton, who picks up his dribble. Clowney. They're playing a bit of zone here, almost. Clowney gets inside. And there's a blocking foul, and Lyles is going to be slow to get up. He's looking a bit worse for wear, but he'll get up. That's a bailout. 1.1 to shoot, and the Kings commit the foul there. So it looks like we're going to get a timeout at the 2:07 mark of the third. It's another close game. Newsflash. The Nets have been known for these this season. But, yeah, the offense is well and truly slowed up. I mean, look, I think halfway through the second quarter, we had 54 points. So in about 16 minutes, we've only mustered 28, which is not ideal, given we had 54 in the first 18 or whatever it is. You look at the box score, and, well, Cam Thomas has been held. He had 22 in the whole first half, and he lies here with 25. But I tell you what, it's a great thing to see when he's assisting his teammates. 25 points and 6 assists. He could be on track for a double-double here. And I don't think he's ever had like more than 8 assists in a game in his career. So that is a huge step forward for him, especially given he hasn't turned the ball over really at all today. Which is what you love to see. CJ has boosted the scoring in the second half. He's got 13 on 4 of 7 shooting. But quite a few of the Nets that scored in the first half at an uncanny rate have slowed up. And, well, the Nets are just shooting marginally under 50% now from the field. The free throw number is pretty much on par with one another in this second half. Sabonis is beefing up the box score. He had like 6 rebounds at halftime. He's already got 8 in this third quarter alone to go with 9 points. And DeRozan also has gotten involved. Keegan Murray's been thereabouts. They're outscoring us 25-17 in the period. So I don't know where the offense is going to come from outside of, your usual culprits, which is CJ, which is Cam Thomas, these sorts of guys. So 2:07 to play. Third quarter. Plenty of basketball to play, as we know. So let's see what this team has got, huh? 82 all, 2 minutes to play. I'd go into the break with a lead. Let's see how this team responds. Johnson's on the bench, though. So I would imagine that CT closes this quarter out, and then the bench are just going to have to hold on for like 5 or 6 minutes to start the fourth quarter. Thomas, honestly, will probably play the rest of the quarter, and they'll bring him on at around the 8-minute mark of the fourth, is what I'm sort of getting the sense of happening. Clowney at the free throw line to shoot 2. Rattles the first home. One more free throw here. And that is off. And a strong rebound there by Lyles. So any score will do for the Kings to take the lead. 2 minutes to play. Let's get a stop. Come on. Fox. Oh, what is that, bro? Who the fuck was defending Murray, man? Great off-ball play. Murray just had an easy lane to the rim. Clowney was late on the rotation across. But that was great screening off the ball. The Kings have the lead now. First time since the first quarter they trailed by as much as 19. Milton puts the head down and scores for 2 off glass. He's had a great, some great minutes today. Hyper-efficient minutes from the field. I think he's got about 8 points. 10 points. He's been good. Fox directing traffic. High screen. Good defense by Wilson. Fox gets inside, though, and somehow manages to muscle his way to the rim. He's just been an absolute prick to contend with. Like, fuck, he's been annoying. Watford thought he was fouled, and he definitely stood on the sideline. It's going the other way. 56 seconds to play. Any danger in getting a stop? Stop Fox, bro. Stop him. Alice gets it by the half-court line. A lot of screening off the ball here. The bounce pass is directed to Murray, who rolls it back out. They've got 6 to shoot. They'll try execute this 2-for-1. Murray steps back in the mid-range. That's off. Rebound secured by Clowney. How have you not... Oh, fuck me, man. Alice lost the ball, goes up, and is fouled, and Murray will go to the line. Mate, are you fucking taking the piss? Clowney had 2 hands on that basketball and had it knocked away from him. That's got to be even more infuriating than just giving an offensive rebound up straight up. He's gotten fucking slashed on the arms. Oh my. You might as well take Noah Clowney to the hospital, bro, because his arms have been fucking amputated on the arm chop. Fucking hell, that is fucking bullshit. They haven't called that crap all game. And even Noah's pissed off. His arm's been fucking annihilated. The Yes Network should have just not shown me that replay, because that's one way to get the fans rolled up when you see the bullshit that's occurring. Thomas will hold for 1. The Nets are down by 3. The screen will not be used. Now it will be. Herter's guarding. Thomas is blitzed. There's an open look. It's in the corner. Clowney 3. It's an air ball. And it will be swooped on by Murray, who stood on the sideline. And I reckon they're going to tack on a few milliseconds here. 0.4 on the clock for the Nets to get a shot up. But surely there's like 0.6 to be added. There's no fucking way there's only 0.4 on the clock. Len's going to check in, so they can't do any tip-in BS with 0.4, because obviously barely any time to take possession. They're going to tack on a few milliseconds, I think. So 88-85, 0.8 is going to be what they deem to be on the clock. Let's see what the play is. Ball's going to get inbounded to Clowney, who's going to put one up. Yes! Let's go! Good boy! Quick trigger. Had to turn around and square up. All in only 0.8. And he got it off with about 0.3 on the clock, and it's home. So the Nets will go into three-quarter time all square. 88 apiece. And I don't remember what the halftime score was. 65 to 57, I think. So they've gone and scored 31 that quarter. The Nets only the 23 points. But that was a big bucket to get right on the buzzer at three-quarter time. We needed that. So one more quarter to play here in this matchup between the Nets and the Kings. Of course, the first of 3 West Coast road trip games this week. We play Golden State tomorrow, which we will be covering, so make sure to tune in. Subscribe so you can get notified as to when I go live. As it currently sits, Thomas is 25-6. He has been the clear number 1. But Noah Clowney, 5 threes, his equal career high, 18 points total. Johnson has scored 13 as well on good efficiency. Milton with 8. He's been pretty good in his minutes off the bench. There's no way he's played 22 minutes. That's just not possible. The minute allocations, just ignore them, because there's no way Fox has played 40 minutes. That's just not mathematically possible, given we've only had 36 minutes be played in this game. Claxton's been pretty quiet in this match. So has Ben. For the Kings, I mean, Sabonis, DeRozan got more involved. De'Aaron Fox still has kept up the efficiency, even though his volume is sort of lowered. And he didn't get to the free throw line in that quarter. I think that's pretty key. And yeah, Keegan Murray, 6 of 13 from the field. I feel like his efficiency's still been a lot worse than that, but he's been pretty important to their hopes of winning. 3-point shooting, we've still got 16 threes made. We're still shooting above 50% from 3. Just the tick under 50% from 2, though. The Kings are shooting better from that spot, and that's probably why they're as close as they are. The turnovers, the Kings have had 13 turnovers, but I think the Nets just missing some good looks at this stage. And the free throw number has always been in the Kings' favor for much of the game. So 1 quarter to play. Whoever wins this quarter wins the game. The Nets have won 1 quarter. The Kings have won 2. So let's see what the Nets have got. That was a really dumb pass by Ben. He was trying to pin the eye of a needle, but there was just no space there. And so the Nets turn it over on their first offensive set. Clowney again does well to read the pass that was directed towards Herder, who was walking the baseline unattended. So Fox will do the inbounding. They get it into Lyles. Herder in the corner, guarded by Simmons. Right in front of the bench. Oh, that's a tough 3. It's off. The Kings are able to get the rebound. What? The shot clock didn't move. Oh, that's a bailout and a half, bro. The clock resets at 14. And there's a stoppage because they got to deal with the clock. So the Nets will have to defend another set here. Fox tries to lose Wilson, but he does well. 4 to shoot. Oh, you can't allow a cut like that. Oh, Herder's just been a lot more proactive in the second half off the ball. He's making the defenders defend. And we talked about that with McCain last game. Wilson, the kick out to Clowney, thought about the 3, puts the rock on the floor to travel. 2 turnovers in the first 2 possessions of this last quarter for the Nets. You're not going to win games doing that, BS. So, Kings will inbound up 2. I don't think they've led by like more than this margin the whole game. The Nets have now got 10 turnovers as a team. Here's Fox on the outside, the switch. Clowney guards. Murray will drive on Simmons. He got right past him. Oh my goodness. Murray nearly had Wilson on the front cover. And Ben just got bypassed way too easily, mate. Oh, mate. Ben, why is he picking him up? Like, so high up. Just allows an easy bypass. He's always going to backpedal. So Murray shooting 2 free throws. Their role players have definitely chimed in a lot more here in this second half for the Kings. 91-88 the scoreline. Second free throw for Murray is good. 4-point lead for the Kings, their largest of the game. The Nets in the second half have only taken 9 threes. They've only hit 3 threes compared to their 13 in the first half. They're going to need to shoot at a better clip to get this one done. Johnson, high screen. The screen wasn't effective. Herder's playing good defense. Johnson's going to be blocked by Herder, and it's going the other way. That's exceptional defense by Kevin Herder. He's not known for that, but he fucking clamped him. He put him in the correctional facility. That was brilliant defense. 4-point lead. The Kings can bump this up a little bit more here. Fox is going to accelerate to the rim. Numbers collapse by the Nets. They're able to get the steal. But the Kings have numbers back. Ben to Milton. Euro, kick out. Wilson is not going to shoot. So the Nets are going to have to work in the half court here. Milton will direct traffic. 6 to shoot. Gets inside. Lost the ball. Got it back. And scored for 2. They thought there was a tip. And that's why Milton didn't get pinged for a travel. I'd say that was a let-off because I think it was a travel. Fox, beautiful move. Murray with another dunk. He was in the dunker spot for a reason. And the Kings back up by 4. Every time the Nets make a move, it just never happens. Johnson is met at the summit by Jones. It's great defense. Murray will take it down the middle. Milton got completely discarded. Herder in the corner over Simmons. It's up on top of the backboard. It'll be net ball. It's a lot more vocal than it was in the first half in this arena. A lot more defensive stops are getting the crowd involved. So 94-90, 9:14 to play here in this fourth quarter. The Kings have gotten off to the far better start than the Nets. Johnson will take a seat and get a breather because I think he's been on for nearly the whole game. Clowney on the floor with Ben Simmons, who's got the rock. Milton, Thomas back in to close this one out, and Wilson, the 5. Claxton hasn't been on the floor for a while. Thomas one-on-one here with Jones. High screen here by Clowney. Oh, that's a tough sidestepping 3 by CT. You can't defend that any better, but you can't make a shot any better. And offense always wins. And then off the foot of Fox. Good stop there by Milton. And the Nets can retake the lead. That's a way to silence the crowd. Sabonis back in with Keon Ellis. So a 1-point lead for Sacramento. It is as marginal as you could possibly get. Simmons up top will honor that Thomas handoff. Ellis lost his footing, potentially an illegal screen. Oh! Ben Simmons with the putback dunk. They didn't have any numbers under the basket. That extra man for the Nets, well, that paid off. The Kings were always playing catch-up. It's a 1-point lead. Sabonis at the elbow is going to hand off to DeRozan, who has Thomas on the back shoulder. Sabonis thought about the 3. DeRozan in the mid-range. They're making the Nets defense move, and Sabonis is well short on the 3. The rebound by Cam Thomas, and he will be defended by Ellis early in the clock. A couple screens being set here. A bruising screen there by Ben. Thomas moves inside, and he was fouled by Herder going up. It'll be 2 shots for Cam Thomas, and he can give the Nets a handy 3-point lead. They've scored the last 5. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support, drop a like, and subscribe. We're back here tomorrow for another Nets watch party. So make sure to tune in. A lot of us are sane over here, so make sure to engage, say hello. I look at the chat as much as I can. Thomas makes a free throw, and Zaire will check in. There's a timeout, and I'm going to quickly go to the bathroom. I'll be back when the game resumes. Hold on a second, ladies and gents. I'll be back in a moment. All right, I'm back. That was the most rapid toilet break of all time. But we're here to close this one out. Hopefully, yeah, this group has it in them to get it done because I want to call a win. I love being the underdog story. So right here, right now, we are in a pretty good spot, I would say. One more free throw to come here after the timeouts where Cam Thomas was fouled prior. So he'll get one more look. The Nets with the last 6, excuse me. So in a good place, I would say, to win this one. But a lot of basketball to play. 5 on the floor for the Nets is Ben, CT, Clowney, Wilson, and Zaire. So a fair bit of length out there. I'd almost run this group to close the game, except for maybe, like, I'd bring CJ back in, of course, probably for Williams, but it really depends if you want that extra bit of length out there. Bit of extra wingspan. Thomas's second free throw is good. He's not iced by that timeout. And so the Nets have gotten 30 out of Cam Thomas tonight. And the real positive is he's barely turned it over and he's assisted incredibly well. Jones lost the handle. Good D by Ben in the backcourt. But the Kings still have it here through Sabonis, the switch. Numbers collapse, the kick out. Extra. Jones, the drive. The push shot. That is a high percentage look for the Nets. Low percentage for the Kings. The Nets would be very happy with giving that shot away. A push shot by Colby Jones. Thomas capitalizes and got right by the defender and scored the conventional two-pointer at the rim. It's a 9-0 run for the Nets. DeRozan will shoot. No, he won't. He'll be forced into a pass. Sabonis surely traveled. He missed anyway. Good D by Clowney. Ben with the rebound. He's going to slow things up. Don't be stupid. Make the correct pass. Ben's not going to pass it to Thomas. It wasn't there initially. Clowney's going to shoot a 3. I mean, he's got the hot hand from out there, but I don't think that's the right shot. I'd love to see CT get that ball back as opposed to a contested 3. Maybe even drive it in. DeRozan, screen by Sabonis. They're going to look for the roll. The Nets did not switch on that screen. Good D. Clowney is going to win the offensive foul for the team. He put the body on the line the second time in the game. And the Nets get another stop. That is beautiful defensive work there by Clowney. He was planted and his heel was neighboring that restricted area line right there. The Nets are going to win it. I mean, that's huge because it would have been a 2-pointer +1 for the Kings if Clowney did anything more. You know, if that left foot was like half a foot back, it's a blocking foul. It's a 2+1. Instead, the Nets have it. Here's Thomas. Clowney, pump fake, gets by the defender, kick out. Williams is going to shoot the 3, and there's a man down. Clowney is the man on the floor. The Kings have the numbers, and DeRozan with the finger roll, and Clowney is very, very sore. Very, very sore, and I don't like the look of this. That's like knee-on-knee contact, I reckon. That is not good. And his right leg is shaking. His right leg is shaking. I don't know. That is not good. I don't know which leg it is. Let's have a look. So he drove in. Oh, yuck. It's the left ankle. Just landed outward. Oh, that is a proper ankle tweak, that one. So he won't play another second of this game. He needs to get helped off the floor. Can he put weight on it is the question. Because if he can put weight on it, yeah, he's walking. That's good. That's a really good sign. Because that could have been a fucking shocking injury, that one. So prayers up. Prayers up for the young gun who's been an absolutely brilliant for the Nets today. this is the situation as it stands. We are nearly at the halfway point of this last quarter, and Cam Thomas leads with 32, leads all scorers with 32. Clowney's got 18, but we won't see another second of him today, unfortunately, with that ankle tweak. Or he could just make a miraculous recovery, and I'll be thoroughly surprised. It does make sense Ben is playing more today. Claxton has only played the 17 minutes. That is because Ben is not playing tomorrow. And without Finney-Smith as well, Claxton's going to need to play the bulk of minutes on the second night of a back-to-back. So better to rest him up. Cam Johnson will probably check back in this timeout. And I really don't know who's going to close this game out now. Because Clowney would have been nailed on, I think. Played 21 minutes, but I reckon they would have pushed 25 or so. Second half, we've done a better job of keeping him off the free throw line. They've only had 7 tries in this second half. The Nets have missed quite a few free throws. Still shooting the ball well from 3, but not at nearly as high a volume compared to what they did in the first half. Or not nearly as many makes. And that field goal percentage, well, it's pretty much on par with the Kings for makes, but we've had a few more attempts in there. Turnovers are piling up, though, for the Kings in this last quarter, it does feel like. They've had a couple in there, a couple careless ones. So that's what's kept the Nets in it. You know, they're on a 9-2 run right now. Alrighty. So that's the good thing. He's walking with weight on that ankle. So that is one of our main contributors now on the bench. Claxton's going to come back into the game. Thomas is going to shoot another step back 3. It's off, but Wilson was there. It's going to be netball. Wilson was in a perfect position for that rebound, and there was no one bodying him up. Fox knocked it out of bounds. The Nets will regenerate and go again for another shot with 14. Sabonis back in. Thomas. Kick out. Extra. Johnson 3. Yes! Oh, that's textbook basketball. That is beautiful. And it all starts with Cam Thomas on the kick out to Wilson. DeRozan the spin. Oh, there's no way. There is no way they have said that is a foul. There's no way. That is just incredibly soft. That's beautiful by CT, though. Wilson with the relocation. Johnson with the make. Oh, it's lovely to watch. Beautiful basketball. It's just, it feels like the players have a lot more awareness on offense as well. Things feel a lot more methodical and thought out, as opposed to just letting Cam Thomas have to make something happen all the time. DeRozan's gonna, well, I thought they were going to get it to DeRozan, but Claxton's done a good job of making it difficult to get it there. DeRozan on the spin. Claxton with the block. Sabonis with the putback 2. That's what happens when Claxton commits. You lose that number on the box out, and Sabonis can cook there. So 40 paint points for the Kings. They're plus 12 in that area. Here's Claxton. The handoff to Milton, who's had a good game. I felt like that was a travel. Milton. Extra. Wilson 3. Yes, sir! Let's fucking go! The 3s are back. That's a huge one. 19 threes for the Nets. Sabonis rolls for the Kings. Finds DeRozan in the corner. Extra to Ellis. They'll give it back to DeRozan. Numbers collapse. Milton comes over to help. Fox, the cross. Good D by Johnson. Good D by CJ. Fox with the miss. They somehow get the offensive board. You're going to have to stop this. Ellis the drive. Wilson does well. Sabonis shoots a 3. That's off. Another offensive rebound. They'll go again. Fox is open. Doesn't shoot. DeRozan will go at Cam Thomas again. Try to be shifty. He misses again. The Nets finally get a rebound, and I can relax for a few moments. Like 45 seconds went off the clock there. We're going to get a timeout. The use it or lose it timeout is going to be utilized by Geordie here. 105-98 the score. That is great defense by the Nets. 45 seconds of remaining locked in on defense. That's easier than it sounds. Because very easily, if you don't get that rebound, your numbers can be all over the joint and you got to get your shit sorted. Usually, the offensive side doesn't allow you to do that. They get off a second shot relatively quickly. But the Nets remain locked in for 45. They've hit a couple big threes down the stretch. They have this lead back at 7 after the Kings, led by 4 early in the last quarter. I mean, the Nets are on a 15-4 run, and there's been some big shots made by the wings. Cam Johnson's got 16 in the game now. He's hit 3 more threes. Cam Thomas, the high man, with 32. And Shake Milton with a pretty handy 10 points off the bench there. Wilson's got 6. Claxton is probably going to play the final 4 minutes for defense. And Clowney should be really proud of himself. Even though he's sustained an injury, he's a team high plus 13. And he's made 5 3-pointers. So huge performance by him. We've got 4 minutes to play. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like. And also subscribe if you are new as well. We'll be back here for Nets Warriors tomorrow. And we'll be doing more Nets streams down the line. So make sure to subscribe and you can be notified of when I go live. Here's Thomas on the outside for the Nets. Johnson has the defender on the back shoulder. Milton thought about the 3. He's remaining in. Johnson, the pump fake, gets inside. The kick out. Wilson again. We ran out of time. We made the shot, but we used in excess of 24 seconds. Oh, that's so annoying because Jalen Wilson would have had another 3, his second consecutive. Fox instead can help the Kings out here. Murray, Herter on the wing. Sabonis in the post. Good cut by DeRozan. Clax, you idiot. That is the most stupid foul I've ever seen. What is the point of bodying him up there? He's got an easy runway to the rim. You didn't even affect the layup attempt. You just fucking stood there and bumped into him. Oh, that's just so weak. 5 personals for Clax now. And he's committed some really brain-dead fouls in this game, I have to say. It'll be interesting to see if he holds up for the rest of the game. That free throw's out, though. Yet again, another free throw missed for the Kings. It's a 5-point lead for the Nets. Milton is playing late-game minutes, which I didn't think I'd be saying today. Thomas receives the handoff, uses the Claxton screen, gets inside. The layup! How has he scored? It's a 5-on-4. Thomas is down. That was a hard fall. The Kings, I'd love to see the offense. We're playing 5-on-4, and Sabonis is hacked by Jalen Wilson. Thomas is really sore. He has not gotten up. He has not moved. I don't know where the, I don't know what the injury is. I don't know if he fell on his wrist. I don't know if he fell on his back. I don't know if he fell on his leg. Yep, it's the fucking tailbone. For fuck's sake, bro. The back injury that he had a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, that is a fucking hard fall. Oh my God, are you taking the piss? 34 points. He gets up. He's walking back to the bench with 2:57 to play. The Nets lead by 7. Amazingly enough, he scored the basket. He was basically parallel with the ground and he still scored. So the Nets had to foul there. They were a man down. Thomas is just going to dust himself off and go again. But Jesus Christ, that is a fucking tough make to score off glass over a taller defender. That's hectic. Watford's going to come into the game and they're going to sit Thomas down, and I reckon they're just going to evaluate how he's feeling and they won't waste too much time here. Watford's going to come in. So interesting to see how the Nets go with scoring. That could have been an offensive foul there off the inbounds, but no call. Herter picks up his dribble. Sabonis guarded by Claxton, who's on 5 fouls. Here's Fox, guarded by Watford. 2 to shoot. He's got to put one up over Claxton. It's off, and Watford gets the rebound. That's a great bit of protection. And Thomas is waiting at the scorer's table, so he's okay. Watford, though, is going to need to lead the offense for this possession. Here's Milton on the outside, uses the Claxton screen. He gets inside, the skip pass. You idiots! An offensive foul. It's a 7-point lead. If we could have at least put up a shot there, potentially made it, we would have looked all right. Sprained left ankle for Noah Clowney, so that is pretty obvious right there, what everyone expected. 2:20 to play. Fox needs to move quickly. Claxton! Get that shit out of there! Get out! 2:20 to play. 7-point lead. The Kings will go again, but those seconds have elapsed off the clock. Those coveted seconds. DeRozan gets his own miss. Weaves through, scores for 2. 2:11 to play. Should I say 2:05 to play? Milton's going to bring it up. Inside the final 2 minutes, the lead at 5. Claxton will get it up top and hand it back to Milton. They'll look for Thomas. Milton's going to put the head down and fucking lose the ball. What's he doing? How has CT not touched the ball that whole possession? So the Nets are going to need to get another stop here. Do not give up a point here. Oh no, Herter's just wide open. And he's well short. Get the board, CT! Strong hands, please! We do get the board. Wilson's going to shoot a transition 3. Oh my god, you don't need to shoot! Just run the clock down! It would be a big make. Fox lost the ball going up. It's going to be a foul. And it will be 2 free throws. So that's probably 2 cynical moments there by the Nets, right? Like, did not need to shoot that 3, Jalen Wilson. I know you have the numbers, but take it in for 2 or just don't shoot the ball. And then Milton fouling with under 90 seconds left. I mean, these are easy looks here at the free throw line here for the Kings. They can get it down to 1 possession. Big turnovers, man. You mix in like the shot clock violation we had, the offensive foul, and then this back and forth that just occurred. It's not ideal. Oh my god, please get the board. They missed the free throw. That's a massive miss because, well, it's still a 2-possession game and the Nets can do something with this and be a lot more comfortable if they can get a make. Here's Thomas. Claxton. Thomas gets it back. It's a 3. Drive it in, CT. 1 minute to play. They need a bucket. DeRozan is going to back down Wilson. Leans in. Misses. Sabonis can't tip it in. It's going to be... Oh my god, they've called it a jump ball. That's fucking taking the piss, isn't it? They waited like 5 seconds to call a jump ball. Who's it actually off? That's well done by Clax. He's gotten crucial hands on that ball to ensure Sabonis doesn't get it. It actually was off Claxton. They could have challenged it, but they're not going to. And so they're going to back Sabonis in to win the jump ball. They would have won the challenge, the Kings. So Claxton wins the tip. It's a huge win for the Nets. They just need to score 1 bucket. Get it across half court, CT. He does. 14-second difference between shot and game. They can play for a 2-for-1 here. And Thomas is going to go for it. He gets inside. Picks up his dribble. Nearly was a tie-up. Johnson falling away. It's an air ball. And it's going out of bounds. So it is still a 2-possession game. The Nets used nearly the whole clock. It was a 2-for-1 execution to an extent. The Kings are going to need to move quick. And then they're going to have to play the foul game. 107-103 the score. DeRozan, there could have been a foul there. They're not looking all that eager to score. Sabonis misses the push shot, and they use like half the clock. And the Nets are going to get a chance to end this game right here with free throws. That was baffling. Fox didn't get the ball. Demar didn't get the ball. Sabonis was shooting a shot from 15 feet out. Herter did the drive in. There was just no spacing on that. And Milton is going to have a chance to ice it here. That is absolutely baffling. Well done by Milton there. I didn't realize that they actually had a foul to give the Kings on that first foul. So instead of Milton shooting the free throws, it's going to be Jalen Wilson who does the honors with 9.7 seconds left on the clock. The Nets lead by 4. And the Nets have played in the most games decided by 5 or fewer this season alongside 4 other teams. And that just screams competitiveness. That's the identity right there. Jalen, any danger in making a free throw, bro? 9 seconds left. The Kings have got 1 timeout remaining, so I assume they're going to use that make or miss here. Wilson's second free throw is good, and the Kings will use that timeout. So 108-103 the score, and the Kings will need to operate incredibly quickly, then bank on the Nets to miss at least one free throw and then potentially steal it. So this game's not over yet, but goodness me, that was incredibly questionable offense there by the Kings. I don't know what the hell they were doing. We go to the box score. The Nets have, played short-handed tonight. Thomas has led the way with 32. Cam Johnson's got 16. Milton with a handy 10. And Clowney off the bench with 18. I mean, the Kings have dried up offensively here in this last quarter. You will not believe how many points the Kings have. Hang on a second. The clock isn't... It hasn't fucking updated. For God's sake. I just wanted to show my box score, my coveted box score. The Kings have been held in this fourth quarter. You can see how the scoring's gone quarter by quarter. The Kings have been held to 15 points. 15 points. That's incredible. That is incredible by the Nets, because the Kings looked like they were going to take hold of this game, but really, Demar DeRozan and Sabonis haven't looked themselves, their usual dominant selves, where they can just take over the game. It's really been Fox. Let's see what the Kings do here off this inbound, though. Oh my goodness. DeRozan's got an open 3, and it misses, and then it's just flung out of bounds. It's off Sabonis, and the Nets get the stop they needed. That's going to do it. Sabonis had an open look under the basket, but he fumbled it, and he had to roll it out to the corner. The Nets will inbound it. The Nets will win the game. We've got 7 wins this season. It's probably 7 wins too many if we want Cooper Flag. But in terms of these streams and it being enjoyable to actually cover the games, this is what I want. We win this game 108-103. The last quarter was anything but the first 3 quarters. We only scored 20 points. We actually deteriorated as the game went on for points. But the Kings, man, 15 fourth quarter points. And we said at 3-quarter time, well, whoever scored more points won the game. And ultimately it came down to defense. We got more stops. We won the game. That's an incredibly good effort. Short-handed, no Finney-Smith, no Schroeder, so you're missing 2 starters. And we end up winning this game 108-103. Cam Thomas, the high man for the Nets, he ends with 32 points. Cam Johnson in there with 16. Cam Thomas had 34 points, and he did a great job of facilitating. He ends with 6 dimes as well, and we had some great contributions from Jalen Wilson, who had hit a big shot late. Cam Johnson hit a big shot late. Noah Clowney earlier in the contest hit some massive shots to give us that breathing space that we could actually work with. And then from the Kings side, well, Sabonis scored 13. DeRozan hit 18. But those 2 were nobodies in the first half. And then Keegan Murray had 21. But I sort of forgot about him at the end of the game. and De'Aaron Fox at 31, but he scored like 22 in the first half. So things eased up from them in the second half. We held them to 46 second half points, which is a credit to us because 57 points were conceded in that first half. Lucky we had the offense to remain ahead and by a comfortable margin. But look, I thought this team was going to roll over, but that is the mantra. They don't roll over. They compete. This team competes. And usually there's never really an exception. Sometimes they'll fall short in some other categories, but they've, for the most part this season, done an incredible job of competing and remaining in games against opponents who are significantly better than them. And today, yet again, proved that we can hold our own. And we go to Golden State tomorrow, who are the best team in the West. And I'm very interested to see what version of the Nets rock up tomorrow, because the second night of a back-to-back can usually come with a few issues, but I think it'll be very interesting to keep track of and monitor. Geordie is really not letting the team tank. Bloody oath, he's coaching this team exceptionally well. And some of these guys are playing out their skins. What I've noticed this season is that this team generates really high quality shots. I mean, in the last quarter, it wasn't as big a thing. We turned the ball over a fair bit, but for the most part, this team did a great job of finding open looks. You just look at the shots, right? And we reverted back to ourselves from maybe, the 4 or 5 games before the Philly game, where we were making threes. We were like shooting 40 threes a game, making 17 plus threes. We did that again tonight, 19 threes made. And then you look at the free throw number. In the first half, we were getting killed in that free throw number. In the second half, we kept it stable. We kept it neck and neck. They didn't get any advantage out of that. And by the game's end, amazingly enough, the Kings actually had more. Did they have more shots? I think they did. But the Nets, they defended the three exceptionally well in the second half. You will remember the Kings were like 5 of 6 from 3. And I think they were like 6 of 8, 6 of 9. They end 9 of 25 from 3. That 3-point perimeter defense in the second half was unreal. The Kings really needed more scoring from their bench. I mean, you look at that and you see there were only 9 bench points. I don't know why the scorecard's shitting itself again. What a surprise. But only 9 bench points for the Kings is no good. Overall, I think they'll be pretty disappointed with that one. If you're a Kings supporter, you're going to be pretty unhappy with that. And you're going to be like, we can't even take this team seriously because we're losing to a team that should be tanking. So another great win and some great all-round contributions from some key Nets. I mean, Noah Clowney with 5 threes. He's probably going to miss a couple weeks, but it was good to see him get some nice performances out of the way. That performance specifically, but I hope that's not halting him in his tracks. I hope he picks up where he left off when he returns, whenever that may be. But overall, great return game from Cam Thomas. We said pre-game, Cam Thomas needs to stop the turnovers. He needs to score again. He needs to take a high volume of shots, and he needs to facilitate. Keep those things all constant. And today he had 34 points. He had 6 assists. He only had the 1 turnover, which is all brilliant numbers for Cam Thomas. Great bounce back game by him. And just to round things off, we'll look at the team stats here, which can tell us a little bit about the hustle for the Nets. Shake Milton had a good 10-point cameo off the bench as well. I think he was great in his minutes. If we look at the team stats, offensive rebounds, they had 11 to our 6. We got actually smashed on the glass. But I think we did a good job for most of the game of holding things up in that area. And the threes sort of made up for it, balanced it out. Turnovers, we had 14 in the game, but I think we did a pretty good job until maybe the second half of keeping a stranglehold on those. And we scored 24 points off their 16 turnovers. So we capitalized a ton Points in the paint got killed. Fast break points wasn't a big part of the game, but that was an area we got killed in the Philly match. So some major improvements, a great response from the other day, because we had a bit of a stinker the other day, and that was purely because we couldn't look after the ball. We were getting shots, but the turnovers are always going to kill you against any side, let alone an inexperienced side who are going to feast off that, because you leave the door ajar for them and you give them some easy points. It was pretty uncharacteristic because the Nets have been pretty good with turnovers this season. But another really good win. And it's games like these where everyone that is rooting for the tank gets completely pissed about, because they're like, why do we still have good players on our team? Sorry, I just lost my voice there. But the funny thing is, we had 2 players that you would probably want us to trade out of the team. Like, Schroeder wasn't playing, Finney-Smith wasn't playing. So we end up still winning when we have all these, like, role filler players in. So, look, big credit to this team, man. And credit to Geordie. There were times where he needed to call timeouts. He called timeouts at the right times. Good plays out of the timeout. Letting the hot hand run. I think he played his players the right amount of minutes, and I feel like I'm saying that more and more each game that Geordie coaches. He just has a good feel for the game. I'm just looking at minute allocations. Thomas at 36 minutes. Claxton only played the 23 minutes, so he's going to be the starting center for tomorrow. To answer your question, Ian, we only scored 20 in that last quarter. Well, there's been games where we've had that, and we haven't had the defense to sort of compensate for that. But today, the defense was excellent. The one that really stands out to me is the 45-second stretch where they were getting offensive rebounds, and we just like hammered down on defense for those 45 seconds, gave up 3 offensive rebounds, but we didn't give away a score on any of those shots, secured a rebound at the end, went up the other end. So it's awesome to see. You love it. And we move forward to tomorrow. We play... Clowney might be rested. How's his ankle? He will not play tomorrow. I can already tell you right now. I'm no doctor. I'm no medic. I don't even have a clue about the medical field, but I'll be able to tell you that he's not playing. What about CT? No injury. He just landed incredibly hard, and I feel like his back may have been rocked a little bit because he landed on his tailbone. Like, he was parallel with the floor, and he couldn't break his fall. So he was like contorted, and that was always going to hurt. So it's not really an injury. I think he'll be okay for tomorrow. And so tomorrow we play Golden State, who I don't think played today. They did not play today. Their previous game that they played the Spurs, and they choked in the last quarter. They scored 13 points and got outdone by the Spurs, who scored 33. So they got outscored by 20 in the fourth. Key players to look out for. Steph, of course. Wiggins is sometimes prone to a good game. Buddy Hield is the big one. Coming off the bench, Buddy Hield is going to be a pain in the ass. I don't know who's going to guard him. I don't know who's going to get that assignment, but they have a job to do. Jonathan Kuminga was out with illness. Podziemski comes off the bench. I mean, I actually don't know how this team is 12-4. They've got a fair bit of cohesion about them, but Buddy Hield's been a big player in their performances. So, we'll see how this team goes. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. It's been a good stream today. Quite a few of you have joined us today, so hopefully you will come back and join us again tomorrow for Nets versus Warriors. We'll be right here from a later time. We'll be here at, I think it's an hour later. So we will catch you for that game. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to drop a like on the way out and subscribe so you can be notified for when I go live in 24 hours. I hope to see you there. But until then, thank you for tuning in. Stay safe. We will chat to you in 24 hours. But until then, see ya. Bye for now.